Another overtime game. Another nail biter. Another loss. Sixers lose 119-117 to the Oklahoma City Thunder in triple overtime. God, I'm just so disappointed. I'm just so pissed. Absolutely just devastated what I just watched. Great game. Very, very exciting game. Very highly entertaining. Sixers really didn't have a lead up until close to the end of the game. They were down most of the game, first three quarters. Just couldn't close it out, guys. Same old Sixers, different day. 21 turnovers. Let the OKC get 18 offensive rebounds. 18. Like, you're not going to win games like that. Just woes of a young team. That's all it really is. Joel Embiid was a complete beast. A complete beast today. Couldn't do anything more. He saved our ass in a couple of those overtimes. That one block he had on Westbrook, when they were probably going to win it, when he was going to get a layup, was unbelievable. Embiid was just gassed. It is what it was. And we rode our horse, our best player, up into the third overtime. He played almost 50 minutes. He was 20 seconds short of 49 minutes, longest of his career. Ben Simmons and JJ had over 50 minutes. Everybody else was just okay, subpar. Ben Simmons, again, not aggressive on the offensive end at all. And we really need to rely on him when Embiid's not going. And a couple of those buckets at the end were because of Embiid when he was at the high post. And he got them backdoor dunks. Ben Simmons finished with 12 points, but 10 shots in over 50 minutes. That ain't going to cut it. We need him to be, his partner in crime to score some buckets. JJ and Covington, awful from the three-point line. I think they shot 7 of 20. Just way too inconsistent. And when you're two guys, when you're only two shooters, don't make any shots, you're SOL. What are you going to do? I did like seeing our low post game. It got us back into the game towards the end. Our in and out. I wish we played in and out to finish the game. We just strayed away from it. We went back to kicking it out and taking jump shots. It's just so frustrating sometimes when you have something that's working and then you get yourself back into the game and then you stray away from it. Why? Because everybody has fallen in love with taking three-pointers in this day and age, and it's so frustrating. Just do the in and out with Embiid and Simmons like we were doing before. It was working perfect. And everybody and their mother knew what was going to happen on that last series with 9.6 seconds left. Everybody knew it was going to go to J.J. Redick. Why not draw up a different play? Kick it out to Embiid, let him go on the post, let him pass out of the high post, give it to Ben, do something as opposed to... They did that combo of giving it to Embiid and then kicking it out to J.J. for the quick three at least 6 times that I saw tonight. They well defended, and then Roberson with the winner getting behind Embiid for the easy, cut back door and get that easy bucket. It's just so frustrating. He couldn't have done anything. He was done. He was gassed, did everything he could. And this is what's going to happen with this team. I'm 32 years old. Best years I've seen with Allen Iverson. I loved it. Yeah, they were phenomenal. But this is what we're going to get with the Sixers, guys. This is the best that they've played over the past 5 years. We've had those 0-19 starts, 0-10, 10-72 win seasons. So we're 14-14. This is the best they've given us. Embiid's still very young in his career. He's only played 59 games. I'm sorry. I think he's played 59 games. Simmons has only played 28. Embiid is about to have 5 games. Yeah, he's not playing against Chicago. I can tell you that right now. After playing all the minutes he did tonight. But This is what's going to happen when you just don't have enough guys on your team to consistently put up points and keep you in games. This is where having a bench scorer like a Lou Williams would really, really benefit this team, or a Markelle Fultz. That's the other thing. Where is Markelle Fultz? He would benefit this team so much right now, but we don't know what's going on. We don't know what his updates have been. There's been no updates with Markelle Fultz on his injury, how his shoulder's feeling, and that's the Sixers' brass right there. Why does Amir get more minutes than Holmes? I have no idea, and I'm sick and tired of seeing it. I love when Holmes out there with Embiid at the 4 and the 5. I want to see that more consistently because he gives us high energy. Same with Booker. And, you can get easy buckets there. And we don't press at all. When we get the ball, we are not a half-court offense. I hate to say it, but we need to press and push the ball when we get the rebound. Ben was infamous of that in college, and he hasn't done that at all as we've seen him. They just get the ball, and they slowly bring it up, and it's just they're so lackadaisical sometimes. That's why the OKC got 18 offensive rebounds. They just sat there and looked at the ball. Like, it's not just going to roll to you. You're going to have to hustle and go get it. I tell you, I lost my voice down there tonight. So, sorry if y'all can't hear me. What do you think about trading for Lou Will? I want Lou Will. I've been saying that since the beginning of the season. I would love to have Lou Williams back in Sixers blue. We need a player like that type of caliber. Like, even Jordan Clarkson. Or, a guy who plays for Minnesota. Played for the Clippers for a while. I cannot think of his name right now. But even a player of that type that could just go and get buckets. And that can light it up from outside or have the ability to cut. Because even if Covington and JJ do get it, you kind of know what they're going to do. They don't have a really good game to really drive it inside. They're going to take quick shots. They take unbalanced shots. They rush it. And we have way too many series where we go down, take one shot, and they don't get the rebound. Brett Brown said Fultz has anxiety issues. I don't know how bad it's supposed to be. I just think they're all excuses with those reports. We need to start posting up. Yeah, we do need to start posting up. Coaching does not need to come into question. No, this has nothing to do with coaching. This is not Brett Brown. This is just a young team going through our woes, growing pains. It's going to happen. They just have no chemistry right now. They're playing like crap. Their passing has been abysmal. They're throwing it right into the passing lanes where guys are stealing it. Don't understand why we shoot so many threes in transition. I don't know either, and I'm tired of seeing it. I'm absolutely tired. We shot 46 threes tonight. Be it as it may, it was 3 overtimes, but that number needs to cut down dramatically. When they're going to the 10 and they get penetration and they just kick it out as opposed to taking the shot with one defender, it's not like guys are coming down and doubling. I can understand that. When Ben wants to kick it out, that's what you're supposed to do. But go up and get fouled, something. Stop that could help your offense if you're struggling a little bit. Get to the line. Even if you're shooting a poor percentage at the line. All they do is shoot threes. Why? Too one-dimensional. It is too one-dimensional. And we're becoming very, very obvious to a lot of teams. Especially Ben Simmons. Not aggressive. He only took 10 shots in 51 minutes. That's horrible. Be aggressive, Ben. He has the ability to. Where's the Ben from 2 weeks ago? I want that guy to come back. He needs to be a lot stronger going to the hoop. He could overpower so many of these guards, but teams are just going to continue to leave guards on him. He outweighs them. He has the height advantage on them, but they know he's not going to shoot and he's not going to drive because he's going to pass first. Where did Ben Simmons' hook shot and floaters go? He's not even doing those anymore. He's not even doing his 15-footers, his 15-foot, jump hook shots with his one hand. This was the thing with him coming out, too. Didn't take jump shots in college. Really wasn't a jump shooter. Is he really that... is he really not that confident in his shot where he doesn't even want to take them during the game? That kind of worries me a little bit. Where he's not being aggressive. Because Embiid could put 34 up every night. We're still not going to win. We need other players on this team to post up points. Dario had a good game. he's a guy that can hit the three, but not consistently. So for him to go, I think it's asking too much for him to be able to hit that game winner. Where do you really consider him a stretch four? He's not going to knock down threes consistently. He can hit the shot once in a while. I think he went 2 from 9 from behind the arc tonight, but that's not really a big part of his game either. We need more shooters. Again, when Covington and Redick aren't on, we're screwed. We have no shooters other than them two. Egghead played good tonight. We need one more piece that fits, that's all. We need, and I think it's Markelle Fultz. I'm sure he'll develop one of those off-season when he switches to his right hand. That's the other thing, Philly. It doesn't seem like he's confident in, he doesn't know what hand to use even when he does drive. Is it the left? Is it right? Does he feel more comfortable going with either or? It just seems like he's all up in his head, and he's a facilitator. We know that. He's a 6'10" facilitator. He wants to kick the ball out first. I thought he would like to really run the offense, and not in a half-court set, to really push the ball, get out on transition, fast break, but they don't do that. They're lackadaisical. They don't go after the ball. They don't hustle half the time. Again, they're passing. It's questionable at times. And people calling for Brett Brown's head, they need to stop. This would be the first year that we can actually judge Brett Brown, but his name is associated with losing so much that people just want him gone. How many times in a half-court set do 4 guys stand? Yeah, that's the other thing. Everybody just stands around, too, and watches Embiid. I'm going to email Sixers and tell them to make you GM. Ha! Thank you. I'd love that. But at least I would have some direction, right? Where is BC going with this? Why was it so pressing that we go after Amir Johnson? Does anybody understand that? Why? I saw him shooting free throws with his right hand pregame. Looks so natural compared to now. I know. We've seen him in his workouts. We've seen him during pregame, taking jumpers, knocking them down cleanly. Why not institute that in the game, Ben? Be aggressive. Go to the tin. We saw what he's capable of. 2 weeks ago, this guy was going at will, taking on double defenders, double teams. He was splitting double-team defenders, going to the rack with ease. He's finishing with either hand, and he was fine. And then something happened. I don't know if it was after that game where he was at the foul line 30 times. I think it was the Wizards game. And he did terrible from the line. He shot an awful percentage. And ever since then, he's been in a funk. And I would hope to think that really set him in a funk, because it's going to happen. You're not going to be able to knock down all your shots, especially when you haven't really been asked to your entire basketball career. Simmons' inability to shoot falls on him, shows laziness on his part to work on it. And they turn the ball over way too much as well, him and Embiid. Even when the shot clock's 2-1, it's just, we've talked about it all year. No aggression on the offensive end, too much passing, nobody willing to step up. Yo, what's up, Raven? What's good, Voorhees? How you doing, bro? Disappointing loss, guys. Really thought we were going to pull out that win. It looked good to end regulation. I thought Saric was going to nail that shot, but again, it's not part of his game. He can hit the three from time to time, but he's not going to hit it consistently. Covington was awful. Well, not awful. I shouldn't say that. He's not awful tonight, but we've always known he was a streaky shooter, and this is the Covington I kind of remember. He's gotten paid. Yeah, Covington missing with the wide open layup he missed. This is why I scream and scream and scream. Just dunk the ball. What is up with just kissing it off the glass? It's so weak and soft to me. Just go up and jam it. Look what, even if you spike it like Russell did he fear away from going up for dunks? No, you continue to be aggressive and you dunk the shit out that ball. Thunder fans here, much respect to y'all. What the hell of a... It was a hell of a game. I do gotta say. Very entertaining. 12 points in 7 quarters is unacceptable. I know. It's horrible. Just poor, careless turnovers. JJ trying to feed the ball is scary. I cringe when he does that. He turns the ball over a lot. But Simmons and Embiid, they turn the ball over way too much. I think they average about 5 to 6 turnovers a game. Yeah, Ben dunking on them backdoor cuts, that's what I like to see. You know, because most of the time I just see him with the one-handed floaters from 15 feet away. On the 3-ball, he's either scorching hot or ice cold. Covington's a streaky shooter. We've always known that. He started off the season scorching hot, though. He was shooting 48%. He was in the top 5 in shooting percentage. That has dipped significantly. It's back to the Covington of old, being a streaky shooter. And that has to do with confidence. But as a shooter, you want to consistently jack the shots up and continue to shoot. That's what you want to do. But he has been ice cold. And when he's not making our threes, we are SOL. And we stick with that same game plan. We don't go down to Embiid on the block. We said it before. I just, and I apologize for you guys. I just repeat myself. But an in-and-out game works so perfect. We saw it tonight. It's poetry in motion with Ben and Embiid working off the block down low. We saw how quick we scored with Ben going backdoor, making cuts, dunking the ball. It got us back into this game tonight. And unfortunately, we strayed away and went back to our old ways of turning the ball over in key situations and just jacking up threes when we were ice cold. So frustrating. So we're 14-14. Now we're back, spot out of 8th place. This is what we're going to get. It's just a young team. We need other pieces. And it drives me insane because I don't know where Colangelo's going with this. He's leading us with no direction. Can't wait till Fultz is back. But when is that, Voorhees? Nobody that can create their own offense. Nope, nobody. But when is Fultz coming back? He's not. Half the time they lie to us, and stuff just falls by the wayside. Kind of understand why Brett went for the win because Joe wasn't going to play in the 4th. No, you had to go for the 3. You didn't want to keep continuing to go into overtime and more overtime with Ben with 5 fouls, getting over 50 minutes, Embiid playing the most minutes he's ever had in his career. Over the past couple seasons, he was gassed. He was done. And they knew it, and I had a feeling if we continued to linger, if we went into more than 2 overtimes, we were screwed because Embiid was going down. And nobody else is going to create their own shot. That's where a bench piece like, Lou Williams or whoever, Jordan Clarkson, would benefit us greatly. We need to make a move at this trade deadline. It's imperative. But we don't know what direction the brass wants to go. Are we still on the cusp of trying to make the playoffs? Are we still trying to get more draft picks? Is Markelle Fultz coming back this season? I don't know. Nobody knows. Hit the time, Brian Colangelo doesn't tell the truth anyway. He's so secretive. It's like a sneaky little rat sitting back there eating his cheese. Thunder and Eagles fan here. Much respect for a team. Good luck with it. Thank you. You too, guys. Love how media sucks. Russ was an absolute monster tonight. He kills us every time. And I said that before in my last video. The guy's a phenomenal talent. One of the top 3 players in the league. Awesome. Awesome guy. I don't know how him and Durant didn't win multiple championships. Still baffling to me. The guy's just a stone cold killer. Ice in his veins. Complete beast. What would you trade for Lou Williams' take? Can we get rid of Amir Johnson? Would they take Amir Johnson? We got a slew of second-round picks. We could offer some of them to the Clippers. I think we've got like 500 second-round picks, right? Leading up to 2020, but it wouldn't take much to get Lou Will here just because of his age. I think his contract is quite reasonable too. So to get him here would be awesome. Have him back in Philly where he played here for 7 years. Play with AI. And the guy is just, he can put buckets up. No problem. Even when he's defending, he just knocks down big shots in the big moments. And that's another point that this young Sixers team doesn't have. They don't have that killer mentality. They don't have that guy that they can fall back on to hit that big shot in crunch time. Sixers have come a long ways. Yes, they have, good fellas. So we should be happy with this team being 14-14. And I think as a fan base, we expect more because we've been patient. We've gone through this process of losing so much that the sight of losing when it's so close is just sickening to us. It's like you got this in the back of your mind. When are we going to win? When is this really going to turn around? Nigel, I'm a Thunder and Eagles fan too. Illy would be nice being back here. Yeah, getting rid of Illy was a mistake for sure. Stretch 4, perfect piece to play with Embiid. You need that guy. I don't know if Atlanta would consider giving up Ilyasova, but I really want to see less time of Amir Johnson being out here. I don't know why he gets more minutes over Holmes. Makes absolutely no sense to me. Holmes is better in every facet of the game. He's better scoring option. He's high energy. I think he plays better defense. He can hit an actual three instead of like jacking it up with his elbow all the way out to here, and half the time he can't even hit the rim where he airballs it. Holmes shot 35% last year from downtown. Get this kid some time. Get him some minutes. I mean, and why was it such a precedent to get him? What is Brian Colangelo doing? It creeps into the back of my mind that this is the last piece of the Hinkie era is Brett Brown, and he's doing everything in his power to get him out of town, to chase him out of town, so he can have his own coach in place. So it can be the Brian Colangelo show. Like, look what I did. I turned this team around. Simmons doesn't need a 3-ball to be great. He needs... Oh, yeah, I'm not saying Simmons needs to knock down threes. He just needs a mid-range jumper. 10 to 15-foot jumper. He'll be fine. I'm from Oklahoma, big Thunder fan, but not playing up to potential. Yeah, you guys aren't either, but at least you can fall back on PG-13 and Melo. Melo was killing us early in the game. They're going to get it together, I think. OKC will be fine. They're in a tough West, but you got Westbrook, you got PG. PG-13 doesn't fit on that team, in my opinion, and neither does Melo. You got 3 guys that need the ball in their hand, and they're all really great at iso ball. So I don't know how they're going to make that work, but one of them has to move to the bench. In my opinion, it should be Melo, but, big loss for the Sixers again. Still okay. We're 14 and 14, 500. I'm impressed with the Sixers this year. Thunder are stupid. They could have ended it with Melo in overtime, in second overtime. If Ben could get a mid-range game, I really like Rashawn Holmes' game a lot, but it's hard for him to continue to develop when he's not getting enough. Yeah, it is. It's hurting. We've said this for how long? We have too many big men. We trade Ja, what do we get? A big man. Why? Why do we continue to get big men when we have plenty of big men? We needed guard depth. I know Nick Stauskas wasn't the greatest player, but it gave you some depth at guard. He wasn't great at driving. He was a very inconsistent jump shooter, but at least he was a guy that you could have put out there if things weren't going right with JJ or Covington or who have you. Now, Nick Stauskas is gone, who went 4 for 4, by the way, in his Nets debut. Who do we have out there? We got Trevor Booker, who's a high-energy guy, which is sweet. Yeah, see, Sauce went for 22 tonight. But what are we doing over here? We got a slow big man. We bring in Trevor Booker. Why? I don't understand what direction Brian Colangelo is putting this team in. Are we going to make a trade at the deadline? Everything is just up in the air, and it's concerning to me. This is why I don't like Brian Colangelo. Never have, never will. He's a sneaky little rat. I think he's going to try to hold out Markelle Fultz for the entire year. Booker has been good, though. Yeah, he's been high energy. I've been happy with Booker. I just wish we would have gotten more guard depth from the Nets for trading Ja. We've had this issue since day one with too many big men. Just too many big men. And Amir Johnson is taking minutes away from Rashawn Holmes. It's all right, Cowboys X Factor. Basketball is a long, long season. 82 games. We'll be all right. We're only in game 28, I think. I hate Colangelo. The only positive thing he does is sign Redick. And Redick's been very inconsistent. I know people aren't happy about paying him all that money. It's only 1 year, but he's been extremely inconsistent. out of his entire career, I think this is the most consistent he's been since his rookie year. He's never played this bad with the Clippers over the past 4 seasons. I can play guard for the Sixers. Tell them to give me a call. No doubt, Cowboys X Factor. Got a couple guys that could hook you up with that. I went to high school with Sam Hinkie. I should have kicked his ass back then. Yeah, you had mentioned that. That's funny. I wish they would bring Sam Hinkie back. He got done dirty. You know, the league, Adam Silver, putting Colangelo in here, and then Daddy giving him the job. What has he done so far? Nothing. Everything that he's done has been a creation, or it's been from Sam Hinkie and everything he created. He's a very, very intelligent man. Brian Colangelo is not. Brian Colangelo is the antithesis of intelligence. He's a schmuck. And he's a moron, and he's going to run this team into the ground. Any GM would have loved this job, and he's going to somehow find a way to screw it all up. Wonder what Hinkie would be like right now as our GM always looked. He would have turned Ja into a first-round pick, I can guarantee you. He makes the impossible possible. I don't know what made them fire Hinkie. Look at what he's done. They fired Hinkie because of what he did and how he created this team. Purposely losing, bringing deep D-League type players on the team, trading away talent, and just drafting hurt players. And, you know, just they said it was bad for the league, but how many other teams did it before us? I think OKC did it. 3 years in a row, landed them 3 Hall of Famers, right? But nobody ever said anything about them. There's been numerous teams that have done it. It's a joke. It's such BS. Just because he did it in such a blatant way that he deserves to be punished for it, fired, and then they changed the rules because of what the Sixers did. Dude came a long ways. We were both from Oklahoma. You can say that, but he turned Covington and McConnell into great rotational players in Holmes. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Hinkie. I remember my Cavs beat the Sixers. I'm a huge fan of Hinkie. Hinkie's a god to me here. You know, one of the best GMs we've ever had, in my opinion. We landed us Joel Embiid. Set us up for the future. He set us up to draft Markelle Fultz, if and when he ever plays. That's to be seen. How players can take advantage of free agent, but we can't take advantage of the draft. What do you mean by that? And free agent is going to be a different this year. I believe if we didn't fire Hinkie, we would have gotten the #1 pick. Ben, just a theory, though. You saying we wouldn't have taken Ben at the #1 pick? Or we would have had it instead, didn't have to trade up? KD going to Golden State Warriors is bad for the NBA. That's what's bad for the NBA, exactly. Having all these star players play on the same team. It's crap. It's like watching the All-Star game. Nobody wants to see that. And baseball's starting to do the same thing. Nobody wants to see that crap. It's nice when the smaller market teams have talent like the Paul Georges, but then they leave. And the Oklahoma City Thunder. Drafting talent like that. Nobody wants to see all the great guys go to the big city. It sure was. You know, that's crap. That's bad for basketball. Not what we were trying to do. The only way to succeed in basketball is getting higher picks. You know, they get through free agency, but years of suffering is what had. But yeah, that's how you get talent in the NBA. It's not like in the NFL or in baseball where you can get a guy that falls. It does happen, but it's very rare. You're very right. It messes up the game. It screws it up, but that's the only way to get talent. So what are we supposed to do? Go through mediocrity for 10 years to get nowhere, to get knocked out in the first and second round being a 7th seed? Nah, thank you. Been there, done that. I don't think so. I don't want that. So he did it right. He ripped it all down and built it from the ground up. That's what you have to do. It's the way you win. And you want to sit there and tell Hinkie and the Sixers are ruining the NBA? Stop. Freaking Squidward. Plus, not every team has a Brad Stevens. Coaching has a lot to do with it. Brad Stevens is a genius, but definitely give Brett Brown a chance. Definitely think he gets a bad rap. His name is associated with losing. because of all the losing that has happened. That is not fair. Judge him off of what he does now. Think of this as his rookie season. Who's your favorite player on the Sixers? Come on, man. Embiid. The theory, I believe, was the Silver would give us the #1 pick if we didn't fire Hinkie. I thought that, too. I like to have conspiracy theories. Durant didn't care. He sacrificed the criticism for a championship. Yeah, I don't like the new Durant. I like the humble Durant from when he won the MVP and called his mom the MVP, the quiet, humble guy. This new guy with the attitude, I don't know who this dude is, but he's a noodle. You can see the players and system Brett Brown runs. Well, Brett Brown's from the Popovich tree, so that's what he's trying to duplicate. Perimeter defense, which we don't play because we don't have anybody that can defend the perimeter other than Covington. So you can't take him out, even if he's being a streaky shooter. You can't take him out because who's going to defend the perimeter then? That's the pickle that we're in. Imagine saying 4 years ago that KD would talk Boogie in the face. Yeah, that makes no sense. I don't know what he was smoking. Then Boogie would destroy him. That toothpick. Boogie's a bad dude. I like Giannis from the Bucks. He's a badass. Giannis is a freak of nature. He's awesome. My fear with BC is that we end up like OKC. Taking a step backward when we had so much potential and so much growth. Yeah, that's what worries me too. I do not like Brian Colangelo, and him running our team is starting to freak me out. There's no direction. I don't know what he's trying to do. Let's hope not. Rodney King, McLeod. Let's hope not that Ben and Embiid stay here, because they could easily walk after, well, Ben can after his rookie contract. Jerry, another clown. And if we don't really make our push forward and appease the players, how Fultz is going to play with this team. So we have a window to accumulate good free agents, draft well, and win a championship while they're all under their rookie contracts. Be it as it may, Embiid just signed his, so he's locked up for a while. Maybe Ben put 100% sure Embiid will never leave. He loves it. I agree with you. I don't think he's going to leave. But Ben could easily leave. I could see him jetting to go out to LA in a heartbeat. For some reason, I just thought I don't know if he would stay here. So we have a small window for Ben to make a push in the playoffs and try to win a championship. You and Adrian need to get the chat room guys to meet for a game at the place at some point. Yeah, I'd be down with that, dude. That'd be awesome. That would definitely be awesome. But yeah, guys, it really sucks. I'm still pissed. Justin Anderson is a great defender. Yeah, he's a better defender. I wouldn't say he's locked down like Covington. And during the streaky shooting, Covington seems to have lost his bread and butter, which is his defense. He's even starting to have miscues on the defensive end, which cannot happen. So that's definitely a mental thing. He's having mental breakdowns on the defensive end, and then he's going up jacking shots and completely bricking them. He's in a funk right now, and he needs to get out of it. If we're going to start to consistently win, there's 2 games we should easily win. We should beat Chicago, even though they've won 5 straight, and we should beat the Kings. Ben did well in defense against... Yeah, he did. Ben played well in defense tonight. He definitely did. I agree, something up with Covington. Yeah. Ben offensively wasn't aggressive, but I will give him credit. He had a 5th foul, and he lasted in all 3 overtimes, so kudos to him for playing well defensively. Ben has the quiet personality that worries me when he hits free agency. Yeah, he doesn't have that killer instinct. That was my big issue with him coming out of college. Didn't have that killer mentality. That's why I liked Brendan Ingram a lot. He could shoot. He had that killer mentality. He could put the game, in crunch time, he could knock down a shot, which he did here. If you guys remember, last week, had a big three-pointer, killed us. But, his big thing, Adrian didn't like him because he thought he shot inconsistently. He was too skinny. He was bad on the block. Ben pisses me off when he plays sloppy and acts so calm. Maybe that's just me. I can't stand it either. Reminds me of McNabb a lot. Ben overall is still better than Ingram. Yeah, he's pretty good. Because he can contribute, he can assist, he can get points more ways than one, rather than just shooting and putting the team on his back. But I love that killer instinct. You can't teach that. Yeah, I love Ben, but he's no Embiid. No. Embiid's the superstar. Now, can Ben Simmons, be his Robin to his Batman? If Ingram had meat on his bones, he would be better. I think him being so skinny and, helps his game because he's able to sidestep a lot of players. He can't bully people, but he's silky smooth. Still a big fan of Ingram. He's taken a huge step in year 2. Is he? Oh, I think Kuzma's the leading scorer on that team, but Ingram is, really put that team on his back as well. But yeah, you guys have any more comments? I'm gonna get out of here. That's very, very disappointing loss. Sucks. Still pissed. Thunder beat us 119-117. Embiid did everything he could, offensive, defensively. Had one bad miscue. If you really want to nitpick. One bad miscue at the end of the game. Wasn't his fault, though. Everybody played average tonight. Ben Simmons wasn't aggressive. Almost had a triple-double. Kyle Kuzma's a beast. Still pissed we lost, but we're 500. We're 14-14. You know what I mean? It is what it is. This is the best Sixers basketball we've seen in the past 5 years. So can we be that upset? I just think we're mad because we've been a patient fan base. Went through a lot of losing to get here. Now we want to see some results, right? I think we're going to have to be a little bit more patient, guys, because we're not completely there. We're still a piece or two away from being in contention, really. Still need a bench scorer. Still need another guy that's going to help assist Embiid. Guys that are going to be able to hit big shots when it comes down to crunch time. Embiid can't do it all. And if he does, he continues on this track, he's going to get hurt. If Ben can get over even a good mid... Yeah, Ben Simmons needs to develop a jump shot. We know that. At least take one jump shot. 2. Still go Sixers. Appreciate your perspective. God bless everyone disappointed. Like after the Eagles season. Oh, God, let's hope not. Let's hope it's not as disappointing as that. Because they pull us in, they get everybody all excited, and then it takes the wind out of you. It deflates you. It sucks. You see your Sixers are not win this year. My Cavs are. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, bro. It's still early in the season. Also doesn't help that we barely have any spacing. Yeah, we have no spacing. We have 2 shooters on the whole squad. And you know who brings both the slasher mentality and being able to hit the shot from the outside? Markelle Fultz, our #1 overall pick. Where is he? Remember that new training facility we got with all these new doctors? What the hell is going on? Fill us in, Brian Colangelo. Somebody drive to this dude's house and beat it out of him. Fill us in. We're not a stupid fan base. We don't trust you. I don't think I've met anybody that likes him. But what direction are you going in? Stop giving Amir Johnson minutes. This is all coming from Brian Colangelo. He was so adamant about signing Amir Johnson. For what reason, I don't know. And then he went out and brought Trevor Booker when we traded Ja. Yeah, and then give away a guard while we're at it. But we're very deep. Even though Markelle Fultz has been on the shelf and hasn't played a regular season game yet. Sorry, a little off topic. Football is just on my mind. All good, bro. That's what I'm thinking about. That's exactly what I was thinking about when I was driving home. Football. I'm in football mode still. Love my Sixers to death. Love basketball, but it's football season. Football playoffs are right around the corner. And when I see stuff like this, it just makes me think at least I have my team to fall back on. Football is coming around, and actually tomorrow. We have games tomorrow. Completely 3 more weeks. But we need to beat up the teams. We got to beat the Kings. We got to get some redemption. They killed us on a buzzer beater. On De'Aaron Fox out there in Sacramento. Let's get some redemption. And also, it was tough for Embiid earlier in the game. You saw he only had 16 points going into the third quarter because Steven Adams gave him some trouble. Embiid has problems with physicality. He definitely does. He looks a lot for the refs to bail him out, and they didn't do that in any of their overtimes. I'm thoroughly convinced Brett Brown isn't the answer, Kyle. I would still give him a chance. He's not to blame here. What is your favorite team in MLB? Mine, Yankees. Oh, God, really? The Phillies are my favorite team, dog. Phillies all the way. It took a while, but I'm there. So you've given up on him, Ron? Would you like to see Mark Jackson here? Brett has had miscues. There's no denying that. But it's not all Brett. You can only do so much as a coach. Tell him to shoot better, but when guys aren't knocking down shots, what is he supposed to do? It's definitely not Brett Brown's fault. I agree. I would love Mark Jackson. I love Mark Jackson, too. The guy should have got done dirty out there in Golden State. He should have had a job at some point, you would think, with any team. With the Nets, the Knicks, somebody. I don't think he wanted to go to the Knicks, to tell you the truth. Stephen A. Smith, bring him in here. Nope. But, yeah, all right, guys, I'm going to head up out of here. Sixers lost 119-117. Devastating. Embiid was a beast. Ben Simmons needs to become more aggressive. Still a young team. A lot of miscues. Turnovers, offensive rebounds, biggest issue. No bench scoring either. Need all three facets. And we need our Markelle Fultz back. We've had the hardest schedule. Second hardest, actually. Yeah, we've had the second hardest schedule. So that doesn't really help either with a young team. That's going to weigh on them. The overtime play calling in third overtime was atrocious. Yeah. He called timeouts, though, and had some good plays drawn up. But, again, there's only so much you can do when you want to draw up a play and the players don't execute. So, not completely for him to blame, you know what I mean? But Sixers lose a close one. First three overtime since 06. I don't even know if we won that game, but it's been a long time. First in the NBA this year, going into three overtimes. Very, very exciting game. Thrilling. Nail-biter. Sixers lose, though. All right, guys. Kyle Gaffner with the Bitter Birds. We take Chicago on in a couple days out there in the Windy City. Embiid won't be playing, so it's going to be on Ben and the rest of the team to get it done. And hopefully they can. Going to have more than an 8-man rotation as well. And stop giving minutes to Amir Johnson, Brett. And get Markelle Fultz back on the damn court. We need him to win. We want to see our first overall pick. We're tired of the waiting game. We want to see some wins. Sixers at 500, 14-14. All right, y'all. Peace. Leave some comments in the comment section. If you have any discretions, if you're pissed off, do you like how the Sixers are playing? I mean, I'm sure you're not liking how the Sixers are playing. It's frustrating. But what would you like to see? Any changes? Calling for Brett Brown's head? Is it BC? Who is it? What are the problems? All right, guys. Peace.